Hey people, it's nice talking. Now, I first saw this on a Instagram page called Omar Yoruba 73, where he was talking about a news article from Daily Mail, but this is from Face to Face Africa, and it says new documentary reveals how a secret group tries to spread AIDS in Southern Africa. A powerful South Africa-based mercenary group intentionally tried to spread AIDS in Southern Africa in the 1980s and 1990s. A former member of the group has claimed in a news documentary. Alexander Jones said he spent years working as intelligence officer within the group. The South African Institute for Maritime Research, SAMR, 3 decades ago, The Guardian reported. It was clandestine operations. We were involved in coups, taking over countries for other leaders, Jones said in the documentary that premiered this weekend at the Sundance Film Festival. The mercenary group came to light in 1998 when it was accused of being behind the mysterious 1961 plane crash that killed UN Secretary General Dag Hammarskjöld and 15 other people. The existence of the group was questioned at the time, but the information in the recent documentary, Cold Case Hammarskjöld, confirmed that the group existed and played a crucial role in the crash. Seymour worked from a naval base in southern Johannesburg called Wemmerpan and was headed by Keith Maxwell, who made recruitment during the apartheid days in South Africa. The latest development is that this same leader thought that HIV virus could be isolated, propagated, and used to target black Africans. The Guardian report said, "We were involved in Mozambique, spreading the AIDS through medical conditions," Jones, the former SAMR member, claimed. Without any medical qualifications, Maxwell, who had a racist, apocalyptic obsession with HIV/AIDS, allegedly went ahead to run clinics in largely poor black areas around Johannesburg. He claimed that he was a doctor, and this gave him a chance to go on with his sinister experimentation, Jones said in a documentary. Working from a building on the side of the former post office in Putfontein, Maxwell allegedly gave out false injections and other strange treatments like putting patients through tubes, which would to allow him to see inside their bodies. Maxwell was outwardly seen as a committed humanitarian, but in private the mercenary leader was something else, one who even expressed joy in the dawn of an epidemic, documents collected by the film documentary maker suggested. In one of the papers he writes, South Africa may well have one man, one vote with a white majority by the year 2000. Religion in its conservative traditional form will return. Abortion on demand, abuse of drugs, and other excesses of the 1960s, 70s, and 80s will have no place in the post-AIDS world. The film further discovered the murder of one of his recruits in 1990, believed to have been killed because of work on the AIDS-related project undertaken by the group in Southern Africa. And just go and say, I keep telling people, these diseases that keep striking Africans are not natural. Oh, it came from a monkey in the Congo. Shut up. They were cooked up in a laboratory. And this proves it, that they went on... that they purposely went and infected people with it. It is no coincidence that the image they put out is of Africans having this disease. It's on purpose. Anyway, let's keep going. The deceased Dagmar Fail, a marine biologist, had raised concerns about the group's medical programs. According to Jones, she was recruited to do medical research. She progressed and she became part of the inner circle for operations. She went to Mozambique to fulfill her obligations, and word got out that she was going to testify. Fee's family has been seeking justice over the murder of their relative and was even president of South Africa's Truth and Reconciliation Commission on numerous occasions. Maxwell and his group, SAMR, were identified in 1998 when Archbishop Desmond Tutu presented the work of the South Africa Truth Commission, according to records. The movement was subsequently described by the British researcher Susan Williams in the book Who Killed Hammarskjöld, which looked into theories surrounding the death of the Secretary General. Maxwell died in 2006. Records say that the film sought after his widow, who debunked claims that her husband hadn't been involved in secret military operations. Of course she would, because if she admitted knowledge, then she'd become culpable. All sorts of conspiracy charges. I don't know, of course. Anyway. Cold Case Hammarskjöld will be released in Denmark on February 2nd. Below is a short clip of the film. I know there's another article by The Guardian and I'm sure by the Daily Mail. I'll try and put that up. But this brings up some of the things I have talked about in other videos. The presence of foreign troops and foreigners. Okay, people who've served in foreign militaries should be very, very closely watched, especially in West Africa, in ex-French colonies, foreign legionnaires, because it is very likely that they have been, not likely, it's possible they've been brainwashed, indoctrinated, or they're just straight up being bribed to undertake covert activities against the nations they are in. And also, all of these foreign entities that are operating in any African nation must be watched and regulated. Putin in his country, he had to crack down on NGOs. People saying this is dictatorial. I don't think so. I think he was right to do that. I think every one of them should be licensed and reviewed, and their work closely scrutinized as to what they're doing and why they're doing it and who's funding them. Same thing has to be done in Africa. Every single one of them. Where are your qualifications? Where are your papers? Where do you get these supplies from? Who is funding you? Let us run background checks on each of you, you know? Anyway, I don't want to keep going. I'm going to leave this, and I'm going to try and find the other articles and leave them in the description. Anyway, please comment, rate, and subscribe. If you want to support my GoFundMe, I'll leave it in the description. I'll leave my Instagram there so you can find that. Peace, family.